y'all, I'm about to make a Cajun lasagna using ground beef, shrimp, and crawfish tails. It was just something I wanted to try, but first you rinse off your shrimp, sit them to the side, let them sit in their water or whatever, clean your shrimp however you want to. Then you're gonna add your ground beef in a pan. Please do not be shysty with your ground beef, baby. Like, you want your lasagna to have enough meat throughout the whole entire lasagna, especially when you're making your sauce. So yeah, try to, use as much meat as you can, depending on how many people you cook it for too. Next, you just gonna smush that up in the pan, y'all. I do not know why I was trying to use a spatula to break down this meat, but use whatever you got to break down your meat. Just to even it out so I could go ahead and cook thoroughly all the way. Next, you want to season it. I use garlic. What else did I use? Let's see. I use that. Yeah, that is my favorite seasoning. I do not know how to say that, but I love that seasoning. I use that on pretty much everything when I'm cooking. Don't be shysty. Season your food, add some flavor to your food. If you know me, you know I love parsley. Parsley goes on everything. I don't care. Don't argue with me, argue with your mama. And you're gonna use your slap your mama. Like, that's one of my other favorite seasonings that I like to use a lot too. I use basically that slap your mama and that other seasoning on everything. Um, once you add your seasonings, you let that sit there, marinate, you stir it up, whatever you gotta do to, get your seasonings throughout your meat. And you just let that cook. Don't cut your meat on high. Do not burn your meat. Let your meat cook. Just watch it. Come back every now and then, stir your meat. Just make sure you doing what you gotta do. Yeah, I don't know why I was trying to scrape that off in the pan, but it did not come off, and I just said forget it. And I just set it down. Yeah. Next. Yeah, next up. So now you want to add your crawfish in a separate pan. You're going to cut the top of it, rip it with your teeth, whatever you gotta do. Dump it in a pan, just like that. Pow. Yes. Yep, you do it just like that. And then you wanna go ahead and break it down. Use a spoon, fork, knife, whatever you gotta use to break it down. Like I said, break your crawfish tails down. Then you are going to season them. Be prepared to see these same seasonings throughout this whole entire video. I did not want to use anything else. That's just my preference. You can use whatever seasoning you like, whatever. That's your business. Like I said, parsley goes on everything, baby. Don't argue with me, argue with your mama. After you do that, you just gonna watch your meats, let your meats cook or whatever. Don't let them burn. Keep a very close eye on your meats. That's just major. That's key. But yeah, you just be a thug with your seasonings. Let them sizzle. Y'all see that ground beef right there sizzling? And I really wish I could smell this like through the phone because like it really smells so freaking good, y'all. Like I cannot lie, cannot make that up. Like it smells so freaking good. And yeah, you just do that. And what we doing next? What's next? Oh, rinse off your shrimp. Clean your shrimp, baby. Don't just run no water on them and let them sit to the side. Actually, clean your shrimp. Like, please, clean your shrimp. I cannot stress that enough. Clean your shrimp. Look at the fit check. But yeah, now you sit there, make that to the back, come back to your meat, tend to your meat. Like I told y'all, stir y'all meat, make sure your meat do not burn. As you can see, the bottom of my pot, my meat is not sticking. And yeah, now we're gonna season my shrimp. Don't be shysty with it, Season your shrimp however you need to season your shrimp. Do whatever you gotta do to get your shrimp however you want your shrimp to taste. Like I said, parsley goes on everything, y'all. Like I cannot make that up. But yeah, you just season your shrimps or whatever and get ready to dump them in the same pan as the crawfish tails and let those cook together. Yeah, and all that seasoning from, the crawfish tails is going to go into the shrimp. So if I was you, I wouldn't use as much seasoning because you can make shrimp very salty by doing so. I didn't even stir it up. I just dumped it in the pan and said whatever because like I said, there's flavor in that pan. Next, we are going to stir that up, mix that up, let those seasonings get up in those, not crawfish, those shrimps. I did forget to pick the tails off of those shrimps. I was thinking, whatever, the tails gonna hold flavor, but then I thought about it. Who wants to eat lasagna with shrimp tails on? So here go my boyfriend. He's helping me pull all the shrimp tails off and dumping them back in the pot that I had them sitting in. All because, like I said, you cannot eat lasagna with shrimp tails on. Like, you're gonna be pissed off because everybody you want to spit out their tail. So, do what you gotta do the right way. Don't rush it, take your time. Now, this ricotta cheese part, this was my favorite part because I don't know, I just like the texture of the cheese. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be like that, but I really like the texture of that cheese. And I don't even know why I'm saying I wasn't expecting it to be like that because I didn't use this before. I done made lasagna before. But you want to season that ricotta cheese with some garlic. A spoonful is just enough if you ask me. The more you use, the more garlicky it tastes. That's your preference, whatever. Now, you're gonna take those baby spinaches. Look at that meat, y'all. Look at that meat. Look at that meat. Oh, I wish I could smell it. I didn't even show myself with the spinach, but dice your onions, slice and dice them. Drop them in there with your baby spinach. You just rip those up into pieces, cut them, whatever you want to do. Just get it to where it's not a full leaf, to where you can mix it into the ricotta cheese. I did add some seasoning in it, but I don't think I showed myself doing it on camera. So yeah, you can season your ricotta cheese as well. To each his own, your preference, whatever. Don't beat me up. That's your preference on however you want to do with your ricotta cheese. That part is completely up to you for you to freestyle that. You're gonna add any leftover onions you got to your ground beef. Just so they can have a little flavor. I hated that I used this ragu, but that's all we had in the pantry, baby. So yeah, you're gonna add your ragu. In this part, I wanted to add some heavy whipping cream, but I didn't have none. So right after you add that, you add your ragu. Of course, you're going to season it. And you're just going to let that marinate or whatever to the side. Add all your meats, and the heavy whipping cream would have made it more, I don't want to say watery, but less of thickness. But that was perfectly fine for me and my boyfriend. We didn't care if it was watery, if it was thick. I preferred it to be however I made it. But yeah, you just add more sauce as you go. Like I said, if you got heavy whipping cream, you use a little bit of the ragu and the heavy whipping cream. And you can use chicken broth as well. Use your chicken broth to even out that consistency of however you want your sauce to be. Like I said, your preference, to each his own. Just mix that up, let that do its stuff, let that cook together for a little bit before you actually start prepping to make the lasagna. I added in a little bitty pieces, a couple pieces of baby spinach. I didn't use a lot because the ricotta cheese has the baby spinach in it. But like I said, your preference, your lasagna, make it however you want it to be. Add a little bit more seasoning to take away that tomato-y taste from ragu. That's really why I don't like ragu, because it's just too heavy on the tomato for me, and I'm not a tomato type of person. Now, making your lasagna, you're going to add some of the sauce to the bottom, and you're going to get your oven-ready lasagna sticks, pieces, whatever you want to call it, and place it on top of that meat at the bottom. You're going to repeat this step over and over. You're going to add your meat, then you're going to add the ricotta cheese. You're going to get it, spread it out as an even layer. You're not going to do it too thick. You're not going to do it too thin. And like I told you guys once before, you're going to repeat that step over and over until you get to the top. You sprinkle in Parmesan cheese here and there. Repeat that process. Parmesan cheese. Okay, make sure you get a big Parmesan cheese, because the little one, clearly you can see it's not enough cheese for me to finish off the top of my lasagna. So I have to be shiesty with my cheese, because like I told y'all, you add it throughout the lasagna as well. So yeah, make sure you have enough Parmesan cheese. You can use Kobe Jet, whatever other type of cheese you got in your refrigerator if you want your lasagna to have more than one cheese. Like I told y'all before, add the parsley on top. Preheat the oven on 360. Throw it in the oven for 45 minutes. And there you go. You have a nice home-cooked lasagna with shrimp, ground beef, and crawfish tails with a nice salad and garlic knots. Period.